If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Welcome to Toya's Cafe's podcast, episode 3, Jumping. On this evening, guys, I just want to talk to you about having a fear of jumping. Often sometimes I found myself with the fear of rejection, a fear of the unknown, a fear of failure, and just being afraid to just jump into my greater. And sometimes, y'all, we just have to jump. We have to stop procrastinating and stop being afraid of what others going to say. Stop carrying the fear of, I don't know what to expect, and just jump. Steve Harvey said it best, just jump. You never know what you're going to fall into if you just don't jump. Just from personal experience, I have felt that if I didn't have everything lined up, I was going to fail. Or if I didn't know what was going to happen once I experienced something, I was going to fail. But, failure is our best teacher. Failure is one of the tools to success. When you look around at some of the most successful people in America, well, just in the world in general, a lot of them have stories of failure. You have to have that it's okay spirit. It's okay if I fall, as long as I didn't stay there. We all gonna fall. We all gonna, not have those great moments in business, in our visions, in our goals, wanting to be entrepreneurs. We're not gonna always get it right, and it's perfectly okay. But just jump. We have to break tradition of I must go to my 9 to 5 every day and don't follow my dreams. Am I telling you not to go to work? Am I telling you not to have a 9 to 5? No, that's not what I'm saying, because I have a 9 to 5 that I go to every day. But I also work on my craft. I also research and study what I need to do to continue to elevate my brand. So therefore, I won't have to depend on a 9 to 5. But in the midst of me doing that, I'm not afraid to jump. I'm not afraid to try something. I'm going to just take you back. 2013. I started Rocks to Diamonds LLC. And Rocks to Diamonds was based upon me bringing back the idea of family. Me doing workshops, teaching family, how do you orchestrate the family back? How do you get families sitting at the dinner table and discussing things? Rocks to Diamonds was, I was once a rock. Now I'm a beautiful diamond. Just like a family. You might get broke. You might get rigid. But you got to polish your stuff up to a beautiful diamond. So that was the purpose of Rocks to Diamonds. And I remember I had this nice black tie gala in Augusta. Invited my family, my church members, my friends. And it was nice. And, told them that I was going to be a motivational speaker. And that was part of Rocks to Diamonds. And I was going to have a scholarship fund. And, I was going to do these great things. And I did a lot of those things. Don't get me wrong. But then I got stuck. Because I was taking on a lot of free speaking engagements. And I'm like, man, I'm saying yes to all these free engagements. Why nobody is paying me to speak? Why nobody's paying me to teach them this greatness? And I put it on the back burner because I was afraid of failing. After having this nice shindig, and people loved it. Everybody came out in their nice gowns and tuxedos. It was a nice event. I didn't want to fail. So I said, we're going to put Rocks to Diamonds on the back burner. And I did that because of fear. Afraid to continue to jump and dig deeper into my craft. You know, I like sports. I said, man, there's not a lot of women in the world of being a sports manager, being an agent. I want to try that. Not knowing that I had to do X, Y, and Z. You know, it was so much that I had to do that. And I didn't know. I just wanted to jump out in it because, I'm going to be honest, watching the game, I wanted to be like Tasha Mack. So I'm going to be the next Tasha Mack. And I'm going to be a woman in this sports world. I'm going to dominate it. But once I start to read up on how do you become an NFL sports agent, and you have to take these tests and you have to get accepted in, I got afraid, like, man, they're not going to accept me. I'm just this little black girl from Augusta. I didn't go to school for sports medicine. I didn't go to school for any of that. I went to school for sociology and marketing. That's what I thought then. And now I'm like, dog toy. You're like, girl, you had it then. Market yourself. But I was afraid. So, you know, I think it was called Tailor-Made Sports Agent. Something that I came up with. And then I said, well, I don't have to be a sports agent. I can work with high school students and college students that are athletes and teach them the ropes on how to market themselves. I was afraid. I was afraid of how others would see me and wouldn't take me serious. So I X'd that off. Then we had, of course, law school. I want to be an attorney. A lot of people may know, a lot of people may not know. I wanted to actually be an attorney since I was in high school. And I remember back in 2000, I was working at Wells Fargo. Maybe 2000, I think 9 or 10. I talked it over, with a few of my coworkers, and we were talking about, the logic games and getting together and studying together to take the LSAT and going to University of South Carolina together. And that was then. And I remember talking to my mom, and I was like, Mom, I really want to go to law school. And it was very expensive. And she was like, well, LaToya, it's expensive. And I was like, yeah, Mom, but I feel like I can get a scholarship. And again, this is back when I was 24, 10 years ago. So I had a fear then because I didn't feel like I was prepared to take the LSAT. I didn't know how I was going to pay for it. I did not want any more student loan debt. I didn't want to boggle my parents down with paying for this. And it was just like a fear. But again, I was 24. You're going to have a lot of fears in your early 20s. So, I went through my career working in banking and all of this. So once I lost my mom, I took it a little serious. And let me go back a little bit. And in 2014, actually, the beginning of 2014, I knew I was getting ready to graduate my master's in May. And I told my mom, I said, Mom, I think I really want to go to law school. She said, LaToya, girl, when are you going to be finished with school? You're about to graduate in May. I said, well, Mom, I want to be an attorney. My mom told me, we'll do what we have to do for you to go to school. And so, once I lost my mom, I felt that it's one of those last life conversations that me and her had. So that's something that I needed to do and I really want to do. But then I let that fear get in the way. I've taken the LSAT. I've studied for the LSAT. I've spent hundreds of dollars on material. And all it is a test to get into law school. I have a very impressive resume, work history, letters of recommendation. I have what it takes to get into law school. And you want to know the excuse that I use. Oh, law school is so expensive. So expensive. Where am I going to get the money from? Not trusting God. And so, I have to laugh at myself sometimes to say, Latoya, you're always encouraging everybody else, but you're still holding on to this dream of law school. And you have not even submitted your application to the school of your dreams. Now, let me tell you, I have submitted my application. Now, I do want to take the LSAT again to see if I could score a little higher. But I have submitted my application to several schools now. But it's not the schools that I want to go to. Will I ever become an attorney? Will I ever attend law school? I don't know, but I want to. Life hits you hard. Things happen. Losing a parent in your 20s takes a toll on you. And wow. You have to be in a right state of mind to say, I'm going to finish what I started. And I'm in a place right now where I have to finish what I started. Because I don't want to be one of those people that start something and don't finish. And so I remember when I said me having a podcast, me having a blog, even me starting a YouTube channel, I'm helping other people, but I'm helping myself as well, Oh my gosh, I didn't even think that we would go here with this podcast. Wow, reality is real, guys. It's real. I'm telling you all to jump, but I'm also reminded I needed to jump. Wow, God is good. God is good. We never know, and I'm going off topic because you just never know. You never know what storms and obstacles may come your way. And we always question why me, why I'm going through this. It's to push you. It's to push you to jump. And I'm just sitting here kind of speechless a little bit, talking to you all and talking to myself in the midst like, man, Toya, wow. Whew. But yeah, I had a fear of law school because of the financial obligation of it. And it was like, I remember asking myself, Toy, are you pushing yourself to law school because of that last conversation that you and your mom had? Or do you really, really want to go? And I'm like, I really, really want to go because I really want to be an attorney because I want to make a difference. I do. I want to make an attorney. Attorneys make difference. They make a difference in people's lives, and that's what I want to do. And even though I know I can do that here on this platform, but also in my career, that's what I want to do, But yeah, when I look back over my life and the things that I needed to jump, that's one of my biggest jumps. Fulfilling my dreams of going to law school. Guys, you all tune in and listen to me. And I just want you all to always remember that you can do anything and be anything you want to be. Life is going to come at you different angles. Life is going to come at you from different perspectives. But don't give up. When I share my story, though, when I go in depth with you all, you're going to be amazed. I don't know when. I didn't even expect to get this deep with you all tonight, but when I really tell you my story, some of you all might be in tears. But this morning on my way to work, I was praying and talking to God, and I said, Lord, I'm not selfish. I want to win, and I want everybody that I'm connected to win. There's a saying that you can't take everybody with you. Everybody is not meant to grow with you. And I believe that. I truly do. But I'm also a firm believer in there has to be someone out your crew to push everybody. It gets lonely at the top from what I've been told. And I would never want to be at the top, and my circle is not at the top. I want us to rise together. This may not be your typical podcast that you tune into, but this podcast is meant to encourage you, to inspire you, to motivate you, and to let you know that, hey, I may have failed, I may have slumped, I may have even been broken, I may have even been bruised, but I rised above it all, and I'm not afraid to jump. So I just want to thank you all for tuning in to my 3rd episode. Thank you for allowing me to be myself. Thank you for allowing me to show you me, to give you a piece of my life, for allowing me to open up. Because if I can be honest with you all for 1 second, I can tell you this. I'm still going through a grieving process of my mom, and this is a part of the process. You all be blessed. Have a good night. Continue to be great. Continue to rise above it all. And remember, don't allow anyone to dim your light. You are a queen, wear your crown. You are a king. It doesn't matter what anyone says about you. Forget the naysayers. You are amazing, and you are somebody. Have a good night. Love, Toya.